My perspective on fake Yeezys, it is disrespectful to the shoe game community.
And it can also lead to bullying. This video is about how to spot fake or unauthentic Yeezys.
One of the first ways to tell if Yeezys are real or fake is the stitching. Now the stitching, it's pretty easy to tell. All you have to do is just take a closer look at it. Okay, so Yeezys are, like I said, probably the easiest to tell from stitching. The fake ones have really, really poor stitching. They have straight stitching all the way down it, but the real ones like this have the cross stitching and the pattern going along with it, all throughout the front, all the way up to here. Okay, the second way to tell from fake and real Yeezys is the bottom of the shoes. So Yeezys, these are the 350 Boost V1s. What they need to have is 7 pegs on the bottom of the shoes, no more and no less of them. Also, what needs to happen is that they need to be extremely squishy. If they're hard as a rock or they're hard to press down, they're kind of hard to press down, but they're not, but they have to be squishy for them to be authentic.
There's so many other ways to tell whether Yeezys are authentic. For example, on the sides, there's supposed to be a YZY on the right shoe, and on the other shoe there's supposed to be the Adidas sign. And if they're stickers, they're non-authentic. They have to be heat printed into the side, otherwise they're fake.
This is the right shoe, and it says YZY, which obviously stands for Yeezy, but it's indented into the shoe and not just plastered on like a sticker. And basically the same thing with the left shoe, except it's the Adidas logo. And another thing I need to mention is they need to be about an inch in length and height, or most likely they're unauthentic. A lot of replicas are getting this right, but for the most part they should be relatively small.
We've talked about many different ways to tell if Yeezys are authentic or not, and here's a couple more, such as the dolphin tail on the edge of the shoe. The dolphin tail is on the midsole, and it should be rounded instead of flat. If it's flat, it doesn't have a dolphin tail, and that means it's not authentic. This is a pretty discreet way to tell if they're authentic or not, but on authentic pairs, the insole, or the bottom of the insole, will be completely flat, and on fake pairs, they will be puffed out, and they'll just look real goofy. As you can see, most of the insole is just completely flat, and on fake pairs, this part and this part will be bubbled out, and it just won't look right, and that's another way to tell. The next way to tell if a pair of Yeezys are authentic or not, just like the last one, it's very discreet, but it's completely foolproof, is on the left shoe, it'll be on the left side, and on the right shoe, it'll be on the right side. There'll be a tag, and it should say made in China, and if it says sample made in China, it's fake, completely. And if anybody sells you a pair and says that they're samples, it's complete BS.
Like I said, on the right pair, it's on the right side, and you can see the tag. I don't know if it's focused well enough to say, but it'll say made in China and not sample made in China. This is the left shoe, and it's on the left side, so on the left shoe it's on the left side, right shoe it's on the right side.
Another way is, it's kind of risky because some replicas are getting really close, and this isn't foolproof, but the pattern is a way to tell if they're authentic or not. What I mean by the pattern is on the shoe, the pattern should come down and meet at the end at a slant, and if it's going straight, then it's a knockoff. As you can see, the pattern's kind of coming down at a slant throughout the entire shoe, and at the end, they kind of come out and meet at this point, and on fakes, they'll just keep going, and they won't come down to a slant like this at all. They'll just be going straight, and it'll look real dumb.
I'm still talking about the pattern, and on fakes, these dots or whatever, they'll meet up and keep going, and as you can see, they don't. They kind of just meet in this middle at random points, and that's another way to tell if they're authentic.
What I'm about to tell you is pretty self-explanatory, but a very general way to tell if they're fakes or not is the overall quality of the shoe. Some fakes, you can just straight up ball it into your hand, and as you can see if I push on this, they're pretty sturdy. And if you're ever doubtful, just take a whiff of the shoe, and usually fakes smell like chemicals and like glue, and regular shoes should smell like leather and kind of like clothes material. But if it smells like any kind of chemical, then it's a fake. Colorway, there's all kinds of colorways. There's Moonrock, Turtle Doves, there's pirate blacks, and there's a lot of colorways that people say they're samples, but they really just don't exist. So if you get some crazy, like, just dark green Yeezy and somebody says they're a sample, they're not, they're fake.
Yeezys only come in one type of box, and that is a brown cardboard box. If the real ones, like I said, come in a brown cardboard box, but fake ones will come in such as like a black box or nothing similar. It's not even close to anything like that. They could come into like a box that you would get for Jordans or Nikes or Under Armour, but they just don't have a logo. They might have Adidas logo, but it's fake.
When buying shoes, you must buy them from a trusted website. Any shoes, honestly. Such as Flight Club, Stadium Goods, and StockX.
Now, if the price is too good to be true, well then it's too good to be true. I mean, you have to pick it. It's picky. You have to do something with it. Also, Yeezys have to come in the same colorway, like we said earlier. And it all depends on what kind you're buying. Because if you're buying like turtle belts like these, they range from $1,500 to $1,700. The 350 Boost V2s range from $1,000 to $1,200. It just all depends.
Basically, this is the easiest way to tell if your Yeezys are real or fake. And these are all the tips and guides to tell you that they are.
I really hope that this video helps you determining whether your Yeezys are unauthentic or authentic, and maybe you can use this knowledge to check people out and put them in their place.
Yeah, hopefully you can call people out and you have the best knowledge on Yeezys now, since you guys have the easiest and best ways to tell.